Welcome to another episode of the Cincinnati Bengals Show. I'm your host, Eddie Nashville, and what a crazy week it's been. That's it, baby. Marvin's gone, as you all know. Everybody already covered what needs to be said. Guy did a great job, brought us back from the dead. Best of luck to you. He'll end up head coaching again, I have no doubt about that. Enough of the past, time to move on, baby. Time to move on to the future. What's going to happen? Okay, there are a few coaching candidates already out there here. So the guys we're hearing about already is Shane Waldron. He's a pass coordinator for the Rams, which he's a young guy. That sounds pretty much like he's really good at Madden to me. In time, he may be good, but he's too young for the job. Zach Taylor, he was offensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bearcats, so there are some local ties there, but I'm not feeling that too because he's young. It seems obvious to me that Mike Brown wants to go with an offensive-minded coach. Josh McDaniels, that's not bad, right? Patriots background, he didn't do that well in Denver. I don't know if coming from New England to Mike Brown, that guy will probably get a few other opportunities. Everyone's worked up about Hugh, Vance, and Darren Simmons getting interviews. Don't. It's a courtesy. They will not get the job, okay? They're all good old buddies, and that's the cool thing about Mike Brown. Love him or hate him, he is loyal. Loyal to a fault, but he is a loyal guy. Hugh, I think he's a good offensive coordinator. He is not a head coach, and plus you're not going to bring in a head coach and not let him pick his own staff, so he's not going to happen. Darren Simmons, way too many penalties. Basically, I'm somewhat of a special teams expert. Basically every kick return, whether it be punt or kickoff, a man had flags on the play, and that's it for that guy. And Vance Joseph, defensive coordinator, he has some old ties too. He will get an interview, I think, again as a courtesy because he did have some time in Cincinnati, but he's a defensive-minded coach. Which brings me to my boy. Like I told you a few weeks ago, you heard it here first, Eric Bieniemy. That's my man. I think he's a great fit. He spent 4 years in Cincinnati, which means he doesn't hate the place. He decided to come here as a free agent. He started his career in San Diego. Came here as a free agent. If I'm not mistaken, he was a captain on the team. I know he was a special teams beast. I know he had a 102-yard kick return against the Giants. I think it was in 97. Coaching, he was offensive coordinator in Colorado. They had a rough stint, but he is running the Kansas City show, and that's great. Andy Reid does call the plays, though. Keep that in mind, but I really like Eric Bieniemy. I think he would be a great fit. Now I'm talking to you right now, Eric Bieniemy. Why pick the Bengals? I know a lot of guys have lined you up. By the way, he's coming in for an interview Friday. Cincinnati's a great place for a coach. First, you're going to be allowed to make some mistakes, and you're going to be allowed to grow on the job, and that's very important. You're familiar with the area, and there's going to be there's a lot of talent on this team. We still got Dalton. Even if you decide to go with another quarterback, that won't be that bad either. But you can let him groom behind Dalton if you want. All you Dalton haters, his deal is very team friendly. So he's got a good cap number. So let's see. The first step before we decide on any kind of draft talk is seeing who the head coach will be. I'm telling you right now, Mike Brown, make your run at Bieniemy. If he goes somewhere else, then we'll reevaluate. But let's make that number one. Zach Taylor sounds interesting to me as the number 2 guy. That's my number 1, Bieniemy. Number 2, Taylor. Be sure to subscribe to the show. Be sure to like it. And let's go. It's a new era here in Houday Nation. Super Bowl. Super Bowl. It's the best, right? We're all optimistic. That was the thing with Marv, man. I couldn't even, as much as I liked him through the years, I couldn't even regenerate hope. The whole message grew stale. So that's it. Let's move on. Thanks for watching the show. I will talk to you soon. Houday.